Be sure to order your copy of the Go-Go Offense by Coach Brennan Marion on footballgameplan.com/GoGoOffense. Coach Marion goes through the ins and outs of his explosive offense, one that's tearing up the college football field and putting a lot of points on the scoreboard. Again, you can order your copy at footballgameplan.com/GoGoOffense. Don't forget to order your copy of our 2020 NFL Draft Prospect Guide. You can find that on our website at footballgameplan.com/2020 draft guide. You'll get full scouting reports on over 650 prospects for this upcoming draft class. Welcome to Football Game Plan, where football makes sense. I'm Emory Hunt, the czar of the playbook, bring you our mock draft video for the Las Vegas Raiders. Before we get started, let's take a look at the mock draft rules. The Las Vegas Raiders have been very active in free agency, which, in my opinion, takes away one of these draft needs heading into April, and that's linebacker, as they've added 4 backers so far. But some other additions were key as well. Offensively speaking, I like them bringing in wide receiver Nelson Aguilar. I think getting away from Philadelphia and getting a fresh start in a new environment will do wonders for him. Also, Marcus Mariota as their QB2 or QB1 in waiting, depending on how you look at it, just strengthens their QB room as a whole. And it takes quarterback off the table for them in the draft, in my opinion, as they still have a young prospect in Deshaun Kaiser on the roster as well. Defensively, Eli Apple helps them in the secondary. I thought he was able to resurrect his career in New Orleans, where he played really well for the Saints. And bringing in Malik Collins from Dallas gives Rod Marinelli one of his developmental prospects from his Cowboy days, and Collins is already penciled in as a starter up front next to Maurice Hurst. Now let's move on to their mock draft, where they have 7 selections, 2 of which are in the first round. And with the first of their 2 picks, I added wide receiver Henry Ruggs out of Alabama. I think he's the best split-end prospect in the draft class and gives the Raiders a legit home run hitter out there on a perimeter, which is something that they currently lack. Then I added Grant Delpit, the safety out of LSU. I like his game. I think he's got good overall football skills that gives him the capability to play either safety spot at the next level. He's also very solid in man coverage and blitzes with a purpose. He could be the perfect pair with last year's first round pick in Jonathan Abram. The Raiders also have 3 picks in round 3, and with the first one, I went offensive line with guard Tremaine Ankrum out of Clemson. Richie Incognito can't play forever, and Ankrum would be a good guy to have on the roster to groom for an eventual starting role. Adding running back Zach Moss would give the Raiders a strong 1-2 punch with Josh Jacobs. Moss isn't as explosive as Kareem Hunt in my opinion, but I can understand parts of that comparison that some throw out there. I think he's an RB2 at the NFL level, which is why I like him to work in the tandem backfield. And with their last 3rd round pick, I went back to the secondary with cornerback Cameron Dantzler out of Mississippi State. He's a long, tall corner that's still a bit rough around the edges, but adding him here gives him the opportunity to grow and develop. In the 4th round, I added more O-line depth with Ben Barch out of Division III St. John's. He was a tackle in college for the Johnnies, but will more than likely kick down inside as a guard as a pro. But at worst, he will provide quality depth up front for the Raiders. And rounding out this draft for Las Vegas with defensive tackle Broderick Washington out of Texas Tech, I think his game is underrated and he will probably go higher in a real draft. But here in this mock, he gives the Raiders another presence on the defensive interior that can collapse the pocket. So that's it for our Las Vegas Raiders 7-round mock draft video. I'm Emory Hunt, the czar of the playbook. Be sure to follow me on all of my social media accounts, and don't forget to check out and subscribe to the Football Game Plan Network located at youtube.com/footballgameplan. Also subscribe on iTunes to Football Game Plan Podcast and leave us a 5-star rating, and pick up a copy of our 2020 NFL Draft Guide. You can find that at footballgameplan.com/2020 Draft Guide. And don't forget to check out every Thursday and Friday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time on the Game Plus Network, our Scout Team TV show. Again, check with your cable provider for channel listings.